You are now tuned in to The Money Zone with your host, Folasade, the accountant for entrepreneurs. The time is now, your future waits, your money matters, make no mistake, it's not too late to dominate, so don't delay, get your money straight. The money zone, together we'll achieve your goals, we're building wealth, you're not alone, so don't delay, get your money straight.
Welcome to another episode of The Money Zone. I'm your host, Folasade, the accountability accountant. Guys, I'm excited. Did you realize that I wasn't live last week? Did you realize that was a replay? I didn't even say hi to you guys or anything. I didn't, look in the chat. I didn't, get thrown off. It was just completely, scripted. But today I'm excited because I have, so much to talk about. Look, I missed a week, 2 weeks of you guys? Hopefully you missed me because I really did miss you guys.
No.
Oh, it wasn't live?
No.
Oh.
But you're good.
Yeah, so hopefully you guys missed me because I sure miss you guys. And if you're not following me on all things social media, and if you don't know who I am, I'm Folasade. I help entrepreneurs and individuals achieve their business and financial goals while incorporating accounting and tax strategies. So guess what? You can live the life that you dream of. So if you guys are not following me on all things social media, please follow me on social media, Folasade, the accountant, on all things social media. And then don't forget to join my mailing list at bit.ly/Folasade TV. Okay, so what I'm talking about today. So we're talking about a lot. So segment 1, I'm talking about the truth hurts. Yeah. This is why most people lie and cannot look themselves in the mirror, because the truth really hurts. So the truth really hurts, especially when it comes down to accountability. So that's why you, me, and many entrepreneurs, to be honest with you, many of us, almost everybody, have a love-hate relationship with accountability. And then segment 2, we're talking about all things cash versus profit. What is cash flow? What is profit? What's the difference? Why the bank do not want your bank statements, boo? They want your financial statements, not your bank statements. So we're going to talk about that all today. So guys, I'll be right back. Hey guys, welcome to segment 1. I'm excited. So look, just to give you guys a disclaimer, we're having a little bit of technical difficulty, so you just got to be a little patient with us. And I do have quite a bit going on for today's show. So if you are curious or you have more questions, if you missed a slide, join my mailing list or give me a call at 301-232-5700 so I can answer your questions. Okay, so let me go ahead and jump right into it. So the truth about accountability. So if you guys don't know, everybody have to be held responsible for their actions, okay? Everybody have to be held accountable for their actions today. So according to Merriam-Webster, accountability, especially it says, according to Merriam-Webster's, accountability defines accountability as the quality or state of being accountable, especially an obligation or willingness to accept responsibility or to, my favorite word, account for one's actions. So let's think about it. And then they try to be real shady at the end, though, guys, when you see they say, what they say, public officials lacking accountability. Like, yeah, let's really be honest. Our public officials do lack accountability. But to be honest with you guys, many of us lack accountability. Many of the people that you see walking down the street lacks accountability. You lack accountability. I lack accountability. Employees, all of us. And let me be really honest. If we all were held accountable for our actions, for our day-to-day, then we will all be slightly successful in our own right, to be honest. Because you would now be, in turn, held accountable for your actions, accountable for the words you said, you'll be held accountable for the missteps that you've made. So it's really important that, we all think about this thing. We want to be held accountable. And the richest people are accountable and responsible for more things. Think about it. Jeff Bezos is responsible for how many employees, how much money, how many consumers and clients. And the bigger and bigger you get, the more responsibility you have on your plate and the more that you'll be held responsible. So to be honest with you, I think a lot of you guys are kind of like half-stepping things because you don't want to be held accountable. A lot of you are not really making the money moves that you could be making because you don't want to be held accountable or responsible for what's required to take care of your family or what's required of you to get to the next level or what's required of you to achieve your goals. So let's be honest. That's why accountability hurts. That's because the truth hurts. It's like looking at yourself in the mirror and say, my breath really do stink. Like, I see why people are not getting close to my mouth. Or, my teeth is kind of like yellow. I need to, and I don't want to be superficial or anything like that, but you guys kind of get those examples more than anything by you looking yourself in the mirror and saying the honest truth. You don't have to be brutal to yourself. You don't have to kill yourself, and put so much pressure, but you have to be honest with yourself. You have to say and ask yourself the hard questions, okay? So why no one likes accountability? Because it digs down and breaks down the barriers of your what? Pride, your ego, your goals, what they say, that macho man, that's your ego, your confidence. Accountability breaks down this persona. Accountability actually is worse than accounting. It slaps you in the face like, hey, wake up. You're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. You've been playing games too long. You haven't made enough money. Get up, get up. That's what accountability do. It smacks you right in the face with the truth. And to be honest, I believe that if we all were held accountable to a certain level, we will all be much happier. We will have less divorces in our marriages because the wife would have spoken up a bit earlier. She would have held the husband accountable. She wouldn't have took responsibility for everything. We will have much more successful businesses because the employees will hold each other accountable, and the CEOs and top level management will hold each other accountable. To be honest with you, the world, and this may sound so corny, don't even laugh, The world would be actually a better place if we all were held accountable for our actions. So accountability is that glue that allows you to get and become disciplined. It allows you to be consistent. It allows you to persevere because it kind of slaps you in your face like, hey, wake up. Wake up. You got to make money today. Like, wake up. Like, and I said this in my IG. If you guys are not following me on Instagram, I put little tips on my stories. So yesterday, Money Mondays. You guys are supposed to put your money goals on paper and start mapping out how to make that money. So when you woke up today, you'll be closer to your money goal. You'll have some actionable steps. That's accountability. You guys need to be held accountable for what you desire. And that's why, to be honest with you, I was coined the accountability accountant because my ex-brand manager realized from all of my live streams that I was talking, the main thing that I talked about consistently was you being responsible for your actions, you being responsible for what you are doing, and you holding yourself or me holding you accountable for your next level. Okay? So the question I've recently got, well, do I believe that accountability, there's a difference between, well, accountability is the difference between success and failure. And I kind of tapped on that before. And I do believe that accountability is the center or that bridge between your failure and your success. Think about it. We were all once a little kid in elementary school. Think about it. Just close your eyes. Think about you on the playground. It's primary school or elementary school, whatever you guys call it, right? And you guys playing dodgeball. If you a millennial, you may not know. You know, if you're a younger millennial, you may not know dodgeball, right? But we were playing dodgeball. And so such and such threw the ball so hard, it knocked Corey's glasses on the floor, and his glasses broke, okay? So the whole class got in trouble because Bob didn't want to be held responsible and be held accountable for busting Corey in the face with the dodgeball, okay? So guess what happened? We all got in trouble. The whole team, the whole class was defeated by the teacher. We all had to go in on recess. We all couldn't play dodgeball for 2-3 weeks because Corey glasses got screwed up, okay? Like, let me think about this, though. That's the same thing that happens when each one of us, your team members or you, especially you, lacks accountability. You threw the punch, and then you hid after you threw the punch. You now have to say, you know what, if I'm going to throw this punch, I'm going to stand up and I'm going to put my hand up. When they ask me who threw the first punch, it was me, sir. You'll be held accountable for your actions. If many small business owners looked at their sales and looked at their accounting and looked at their business and hold themselves accountable for where they are in their business and for the mistakes that they've made, then guess what? We will have more successful businesses. And now, you know, I have to be honest with you guys, and I'm always very transparent while I'm on here with you guys. I had to be accountable myself. These past 3 months, I realized that the team that I've been paying for years and years and years wasn't producing results. But the problem wasn't just the team. The problem was me because I didn't figure out how to measure their results. So I didn't focus on watching my Instagram growth. I didn't focus on watching my Facebook grow. All I was focused on was what my output was, what I did, my live streams, my marketing, my networking, my sales. I was only focused on me. And I forgot, as the CEO, I'm responsible and I have to look over everybody. Because if my social media manager is not doing her job, you guys won't be able to see me. If my brand manager or this person not doing their job, then guess what? We don't achieve the goals. So you have to be held accountable as the CEO. You have to look at the numbers. You have to look at the data. You have to look at your team's level of productivity. You have to ask yourself who is doing what right and who isn't doing what's right. And you have to create the solutions. But if you cannot hold yourself accountable, then guess what? So guys, my main man, Patrick Bet David, he said it. If you can play video number 1. Yep, video number 1. Patrick Bet Davis said it, guys. This is why you guys hate accountability.
Do the rich people cringe and say, don't tell them that?
Yes. Don't tell people what you know. Keep them poor. The moment I pay you, you think like.
One of the most annoying things of running a business is holding people accountable. I mean, just the word accountability by itself is boring, but here's what I've learned. I've learned most of the time, entrepreneurs who want to make it and want to build a big business, they're selective hearing. They only want to hear the exciting things. You know, what is it going to be when I'm a millionaire? What is it going to be when I'm driving a nice car and I have a Ferrari or a Porsche, a big house, all this stuff, and people know I'm famous? Forget about that. The reality it is, behind closed doors, what are the boring things I'm supposed to do to give me even a chance at scaling my business to this level? And accountability is one of those things. So let's talk about accountability. I'm going to talk about
Patrick Bet David, guys. You know I love, eat, sleep, and breathe Patrick David. The only thing I didn't do is go to conference, and I feel kind of bad because that is my main man. But he's my virtual mentor in my mind. And he said basically accountability is those things that no one sees. Accountability isn't this radio show. Accountability is creating the content for the radio show. Okay? The accountability is creating the content and doing the work that you guys can't see, or me not sleeping. See, you guys don't see when I get up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning every day. You guys don't know I send out sales email and respond to my clients 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning. You guys don't know that I still stay up until 11 o'clock, you know, and do what's required to still study and still do this and still do that. See, basically what Patrick Bet David said, accountability is those things that no one ever see. And are you doing the work? And I'm going to be honest. From my observation of being an accountant that worked with various small businesses on different levels, from clients that's barely making any money to clients that's making millions and millions and millions of dollars. And there's a distinct difference between my clients that are already making millions of dollars. They work their ass off, excuse my vulgarity, ASS. They work their ASS off, their tails off. They respond to my messages. They get me my paperwork I need, and they do the same thing for all of their service providers. But the clients that are struggling financially, I don't get paperwork until 3-4 months. So that's letting me know that you are not being held accountable for your next level. You are not being held accountable for your dreams. You are not doing what's required of you to achieve the goals and have the results that you want. So we're about to go right into one more video, video number 2. My main man again. You got it? The seconds and everything. You see it?
Okay. Same that.
It says, yep, same one. You pay 58 to 1 minute and something. Yep. Mm-hmm.
We hate it when someone holds us accountable. No one likes it. We don't like it when our parents hold us accountable. We don't like it when our spouse holds us accountable. We don't like it when our sibling holds us accountable. We don't like when our boss holds us accountable. We don't like when our football coach, anybody. We just don't like to be held accountable because there's a possibility of a letdown and we didn't do something as effective as we should have been. But you know what's even more annoying than being held accountable? This is what I've learned. Most people don't like to hold other people accountable. Most people don't like to hold other people accountable. Most people are afraid of holding other people accountable. Why is that? Because we don't like to show someone that they're not efficient enough. We don't like to show someone that they didn't hit their commitment because we generally want people to like us. And if I hold this person accountable, we get off the call, nothing about it is exciting. So we get off the call, I can't believe I don't want that friction with the other person. So I'm not very good at holding people accountable. It's not that you're not very good at holding people accountable. It's like you don't like to hold people accountable because you get the feeling that you're not having that person like you at that time. And you got to grow up and become a big boy and a big girl to run a big business. If you don't do that.
Basically, I was hoping that we had the slot of when Patrick Bet David was like, basically, no one can be held accountable simply because you don't want to speak the truth. You don't want to burst anyone's bubble. You want to be the good guy. You want to be the person that everybody likes. You understand? Is it not showing? I don't know. You don't want to be the person that kind of speaks the truth. And see, this is why I don't mind holding you guys accountable. I don't need to be your friend. I don't need none of you guys to be my friend. I don't even need none of you guys to like me. But you will respect me. And you will say, if Folasade did not hold me accountable, I would not have achieved my goals. You will say that if I didn't get held accountable for my next level, I wouldn't be where I'm at. That's all I care. So I will be the bad guy. I will be the enemy. I will be the one you can blame all the problems on. And I always tell my clients that all the time. Oh, you can tell them that your accountant said it. You can tell them that your accountant said you cannot do that anymore. I will be held responsible. I will be held responsible for what's going down. I will. Will you be responsible? Okay? Will you be responsible? So I think we missed a whole, because I wanted to connect what he said, so that it, my whole, yeah. Yeah, okay. So, all right. I have 3 questions, guys, that I want to leave you all with before we go into segment 2 and our hot topics. Are you really looking in the mirror and asking yourself, are you doing enough? Because I look myself in the mirror, and as hard as I work, even with my 2 children and all my responsibilities and a lack of help that I have and whatever the situation may be, I still told myself, oh, nah, Folasade, you're not doing enough. And that was this Sunday. That's why we're having this discussion today. So have you looked in the mirror recently and asked yourself, are you doing what's 100% required of you to achieve your goals? And if the answer is no, get to work. The second question you need to ask yourself, are you setting goals and sticking to them? Are you setting goals and sticking to them? And if you guys have read the 10X rule with Grant Cardone, you know that there's no goal that's too high. Okay? You don't adjust the goal, you adjust what? Your actions. Are you setting goals high enough to get yourself off the couch from not watching Real Housewives of Potomac, from not listening to Megan Thee Stallion, the Cash, like that's a crank of y'all, that hot girl stuff. Y'all know that's a crank of y'all be on YouTube watching it because, you know. Okay, right? Get off of that. Hold yourself accountable for your next level. And then the third question you need to ask yourself is, what are you willing to lose by you not being accountable for your tomorrow? Are you willing to lose that dream that God put in your heart when you were 15 and 16 and he said that you were going to be the breadwinner of your family and you were going to be rich? Are you willing to lose that dream? Because if you're willing to lose that dream, continue to keep procrastinating, continue to keep not holding yourself accountable, continue to keep not doing your accounting. See, that's another reason why you guys don't like your accounting. Because it holds you accountable for the money that you're not making. It holds you accountable for the results that you have to derive. And let me use me again for an example. I looked at my payroll. My payroll has skyrocketed. And I told my team, I said, ooh, I'm under pressure. And then the alpha male in me said, get the girl, you better, what? That's nothing. That's nothing. Get to work. The alpha male in me said, get to work. You got to get that money, get to work. And that's exactly what I did this morning. I got to work. Are you looking at the numbers, looking yourself in the mirror, and holding yourself accountable for your next level? Are you? If you can go to my last article on Inc. Mag. You got that?
Can't be brought up because it's an article. So I can bring a picture, but not the article.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Technical difficulties again, guys. So Inc. did an article, and basically Inc. was saying that accountability is one of those core things that a lot of you guys are missing. And it's the fact that, and I mentioned this early, that persona, ego, pride, all of those things. And you just basically, you know, as entrepreneurs, we are kind of like the cockiest creatures on earth. And that's amazing, right? And we're like the unrealistic creatures on earth. And that's amazing. But when it comes down to being realistic and being honest with yourselves and holding yourself accountable, that is when we have to stop being unrealistic. And we have to look at the reality and say, you know what? The numbers say I only made $50,000 last year. I need to make $100,000 because I had to use $30,000 of my husband's money to pay for XYZ. That's what accountability does. It slaps you in the face and say, boo, that wasn't your money that you invested into. You still owe your husband $50,000. You still owe your girlfriend $10,000. You still owe Capital One $5,000. See, that's what accountability does, and that's what accounting does as well. So if you're not holding yourself accountable, then more than likely you're not doing your accounting. And as the greats say, accountability is what gets you to your success. It is the bridge that you have to walk on and you have to tiptoe on. You have to make adjustments and jump and run and crawl and flip so you can get to your level. So guys, when are you going to start holding yourselves accountable? Give me a call, 301-232-5700. If you don't have an accountability partner, give me a call. We may need to start partnering you guys up with accountability partners. But guess what? You need to look yourself in the mirror. So guys, I'll be right back. Hey guys, welcome back to the Money Zone. I'm your host, Folasade. Don't forget, guys, if you're not following me in all things social media, you don't want to miss out what we have going on over the upcoming next few months. My social media is Folasade the Accountant. Don't forget to also join my mailing list at bit.ly/Folasade Leads. So guys, I'm starting up a new segment called Hot Topics. Like, I didn't know I was going to talk that long during the first segment, right? I kind of talk, you guys should know. You've been with me for quite a while now. But we're starting up Hot Topics. I want to see what you guys think. So right now, ASAP Rocky, then, been in jail in Sweden, right? Look, guys, don't fight. Like, you're black. Like, come on. Like, they already say we already criminals from the way we look. So you can't even look at anybody. So ASAP Rocky supposedly had got in a fight or whatever over there in Sweden. But that's not what I'm talking about, the fight. He's in jail or whatever. They talk about free Rocky and all of that stuff, right? But they are saying that if he is found not guilty, he can possibly receive a settlement from the Swedish government of $2 million. So why am I talking about that? Ding, 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 money, right? So that $2 million is a kicker for him because the Swedish government is classifying it as a reimbursement of lost revenues. Like, come on now, Sweden. Like, just give it a Rocky. Like, go ahead on and classify it as personal injury. Let it be non-taxable, okay? So this man can walk away free and clear. So the lesson out of all of this, guys, if you are getting a settlement of any sort, like, let's see if we can try to get it as personal injury and not like a reimbursement in his case. And if I was his accountant, if I was his lawyer, I would actually be standing my ground because honestly, in addition to me losing revenue, the $2 million in revenue for me being jailed, I've lost my freedom. I've lost time with my family. I've lost things that cannot be recovered. So to be honest with you, ASAP Rocky, come and get me so I can sit behind the table and talk the way it needs to be talked to get things persuaded. And so this $2 million will not be taxable. Okay? Because if they say it's a reimbursement for compensation laws, it's going to be taxable. All right? And even if he isn't in the U.S., he's a U.S. citizen, and you are too. So if you were in his boots and you came up off, let's say, 20,000, right? 20,000, you was in, I was about to say Puerto Rico. Y'all, I know Puerto Rico is a U.S. state. I was about to say, so let's say you're in Egypt or something, right? And Egypt government gave you 20,000. You're going to have to pay federal tax on that 20,000. That 20,000 is going to have to be included. Just like ASAP Rocky, his $2 million will be included in his income if they do not classify as personal injury. So, guys, that's our hot topic today. Now, we're going to take a 1 little minute break. Let me breathe. And then go to my next segment, guys. I'll be right back. Hey guys, look. All right, so we trying out our little new format. You guys gonna let me know how you guys like the new Money Zone format. So look, now we're in segment 3, guys. Cash versus profit. So the reason I want to close out with this cash versus profit thing is because, to be honest with you, cash is king, credit is queen, but your profit presented on your financial statements stomp on the king and queen entirely. Because when you walk into the bank, they're not asking just for your credit score as a business. They're also asking you for your financial statements. And that's how they derive what your profit is. That's how they make assessments on your cash flow. So what is cash flow, okay? So cash flow is essentially all of the money, all of the funds coming in your business, okay? All of the money that's coming in, and then also all of the money that's coming out. There's a thing called cash inflow and cash outflow, okay? So why is all of this important? Because a lot of small business owners think that they can run their businesses from their bank statements. And your bank statements only tell banks, lenders, potential investors, your accountant, that you have that much XYZ cash in the bank on that given day. It doesn't tell us your profitability on March 1st, 2015. It doesn't tell us that you netted $15,000 in 2018. Your bank statements just purely give us an amount of what's there at that moment. And it doesn't incorporate the cash outflows. So that's that rent that's about to come out in 5 seconds after we close the bank account. You know, you log in, right? Checking on it. Oh, okay. The mortgage didn't come out, right? And then you're like, okay, I got this left, right? And so if I was the investor, I'll say, oh, okay, you got that at 5:15 a.m. How much do you got at 10:15 a.m.? Oh, I only got $200 left. Why? Because you had cash outflows. So from a business perspective, it's important that you know the difference between cash and the difference between profit. So what exactly is the difference? But before I go into that, according to QuickBooks, okay, according to QuickBooks report, 61%. You go to the next one. 61%, okay, of small businesses regularly struggle with cash flows. And so basically what that means is that you don't have enough financial resources on hand to be able to just cut that check. Cut that check. You don't have enough money on hand to just cut the check. And then the bad part about it is you don't have enough cash on hand, but you don't also have enough loans or access to loans to be able to get cash on hand to be able to cover the possible cash outflows. So QuickBooks, when they did this study, guys, I was actually extremely impressed, to be honest with you, because they answered a lot of key questions as to why entrepreneurs or businesses are struggling right now. And if you guys remember my famous quote that the SBA said, they said out of the 95% that fail, 82% fails due to poor cash flow management. Now, QuickBooks say 61% is struggling. So that means the SBA was right. By the time you fail, it was 82%. You've already then failed. So look, let's think about this. Let's put this in perspective. Think about cash this way. Cash is all of the revenue, all of the money you've earned from your products and your services, your book sales, your t-shirt sales, your body butters, your hair, your trainers, all your stuff, boo, right? That's your cash inflow. Okay, right? Then we have your cash outflow. So your cash outflow may be your virtual assistant, your AWeber, your QuickBooks fees, your accountant fees, all of those are your cash outflows. So if you don't have financial statements, it is no way to see the cash inflow and the cash outflow without looking at your cash flow statement. Okay? Also, you won't be able to know that if that cash that we bought in last month was enough money to pay all of your expenses without looking at your profit and loss statement, which is another financial statement. All right? So many businesses are struggling right now, not only because they don't have access to capital, not only because they're just starting out and, it's hard. It's because they don't have the numbers. They don't have the numbers at all. Okay, so we're going to go right into it. Is it slide number 2? It says more than nearly 2/3, is that the one? Yep. More than half of the U.S. business owner companies have lost $10,000 or more by foregoing a project or sales specifically due to issues created by insufficient cash flow. So basically, QuickBooks is saying that you guys couldn't even take on new projects. You guys couldn't even get new clients or even dabble in new client acquisition because you ran out of financial resources. And I've seen that happen. I've seen that happen. One of my clients, construction company, needed more equipment, needed more wood and all of that stuff to finish out the build out. He was poorly managing his money. When it was time for him to recover and call for the materials, it wasn't enough cash there. The bad part about it is his financial statement said that he was profitable. So, guys, your financial statements is only as good as your record keeping, and is only as good as your level of knowledge. Because you can be profitable on paper and don't have a dime in the bank simply because, depending on the period, meaning if it's for the month of June, that's a period, or for the whole year, that's a period, right? For that period, right, you may have had less expenses come out at one given week or one given time and more money. So it looked like you had more going on. But by the end of the month came, you ran out of money. So basically all that I'm saying is this. The only way to really get a grip of your business finances is to, one, hold yourself accountable like we talked about in segment 1. To do your accounting and look at the numbers in conjunction to what's happening in the marketplace. You want to look at your financial statements to see what's going on. Are we profitable? Are we breaking even? What did we spend money on last month? Do we need to spend money on this? And you need to know how much cash is flowing into your business. How much cash is outflowing in your business, especially in the beginning. I'm not even going to say, what? People always say, especially in the beginning, middle, or end. Bump that. Every step of the way, you need to know where you stand. Every step of the way. It's no more, when I make $5,000 or when I make $20,000. No. You're supposed to look at it every step of the way. How are you going to achieve the first $5,000 if you don't really look at the bigger picture and strategize and execute and hold yourself accountable to making that $5,000? So the more out of all that we talked about today, your accounting, your level of accountability in every respect, in your personal life, your business life, in your finances, is required for you to live that dream that you desire of. And that can be, even if your dream is just to be a driver for the rest of your life, you still have to be held accountable to be the best driver. And to be safety conscious and to pay attention on the road and protect others because you out there, with heavy loads. I don't care where you want to be in your life. You have to hold yourself accountable. And you have to do your accounting. I don't care if you're a business or personal. Your personal household, you need accounting too. It's called a budget. For your business, you need more than a budget, boo. You need accounting, okay? But in all, guys, what I want you to take from today's show is simply this. Your dreams is as close as the truth is to you. Ask yourself the questions that I asked you in segment 1. Get down to the core of why you aren't delivering, why you are procrastinating, why you don't have the money that you want. So let me give you an example. We're going to close out. So Papa Truck is having problems, right? And I'm the breadwinner. Y'all know I'm the breadwinner in my family, whatever. So Papa Truck or whatever, he was complaining today about it. And I got pissed off. I got real pissed off. And I was like, why should I be? One thing I got pissed off, like, why should I help him with a car? Then I said, oh, I'm the breadwinner. Okay, I had to snap back, breadwinner. Then the alpha male in me said this, and I'm going to leave these words with you. This is what you signed up for. You signed up to be able to buy a car. You signed up to be able to be the richest person in your family. You signed up to be the lender. You signed up to be the giver. You decided that you want to be the blessing. So guess what? Go out, hold yourself accountable, and let's get to work. Guys, I'm Folasade. You were just watching The Money Zone on RIP Radio Network, guys. Don't forget to tune in each and every Tuesday at 7, Tuesday at 7 p.m. on RIP Radio Network, preferably.com. We also on Facebook and Periscope. If you're not following me on social media, please do. Folasade the accountant. And then don't forget, join my mailing list, bit.ly/Folasade Leads. Bye, guys.